Alrighty, welcome to Tennessee Titans franchise. If you guys don't remember, last week, Jalen Reynolds ran for 237 yards and caught 3 catches for 53 yards and won player of the week on the, or offensive player of the week on the AFC side. I don't want to negotiate at all with anybody else. I already took care of kicker Addison Reed. I went through and I scouted a bunch of players, but we'll get into that next season or next episode, which will be the off-season episode. Took care of weekly training and everything like that leading up into this game, so we could literally just hop straight into the game. Let's get going. Week 18, last game of the season against my favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. And a surprise or two heading into this game, Will Levis will be the starter. Not only that, we have players back from injury, but I'm choosing to sit them anyways. Jalen Duncan has done a very good job, and in my opinion, has earned the starting left tackle job for now. And then also, we have tight end Chigakonkwo back, but Carlos Diaz will still be taking the back seat. I want to see what Chigakonkwo's up to. Joseph Klein will come in and start for Azeez Al-Shaair for the last game of the season. And then I actually put Jalen Petrie in the sub linebacker spot instead of Joseph Klein. So we'll see how this defense really works out. Will Levis in and ready to contribute to this Tennessee Titans team. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of great run by Jalen Petrie. I don't know what we're going to be doing in terms of quarterback room, considering the offseason episode is literally next episode. Probably have a lot to think about. We have not seen consistent quarterback play at all, and we'll go to Chigakonkwo here. It's missed. We'll go right back to the run, except Kenny Clark has inside stuff, and that makes it impossible to run. 3rd and 12 now. We'll roll out here. Can we beat Rashawn Gary? We can't. I tried to throw it away, didn't find anybody or anything, and it's only a loss of I think 1 yard there. So this one will just be kicked off, or I guess punted away, I should say. And we'll try to get this one in a nice little punt dot here if we can. Nope, way out of bounds. Yikes, this is a bad punt. Horrible. Ah, God. The Packers are gifted with perfect field position to do something, and is that Jaden Reed, not Jalen. We've been talking about Jalen Reynolds a lot, but it's Jaden Reed, the slot receiver there for them, it looks like. And yes, the MSU grad, the experienced receiver will come into play, and Christian Watson just does a good job getting past our coverage. We got to keep watching out for the runs here for sure. This one almost picked off. Roger McCreary probably got to make a little bit better job at keeping a little bit closer. I like the attempt at baiting there, try to get it into his hands. Probably got to stay a little closer if you're going to do that for sure. And I'll try to plug a hole here on the right side with Levante David. Never mind, we'll be straight to the backfield. 2nd and 1, thought we might have seen a run coming. Instead, it's a Levante David sack. 3rd and 10, might be a little tough to convert here. This one out of bounds. Headed for Jaden Reed, though. Might get a lot of action here today. It seems like he's already been targeted quite a few times. And now we will be the ones to receive a punt. And we'll start this one off just quick, and we'll try to get this one out to Jalen Reynolds and just get some yardage. We do, 6 yards. I do not see Kenny Clark on the field, and that makes a run available as Jalen Reynolds is moving up the field. We worked on him being a better power back in general. It might be hard with his stature, but he's gotten a lot better as of late, working against tackles. He breaks tackles a lot better and can kind of work around it in the grand scheme of things. So Kenny Clark going to be back there no matter what, man. So bad. KJ Hamler's down. That's not good either. So the only way we can run is by doing this. And we have Peter Skoronski back here today, and Jalen Reynolds is good for a big yard, or a big gain. And it's about, I'd have to say like 15 yards or something like that. So huge play for him right there for sure. And we'll go right back to the ground game where Jalen Reynolds probably won't have a whole lot right there. Brought KJ Hamler back into the game. It's just like some muscle cramps that's getting to him. This one was just thrown right at Lucas Van Ness. Didn't think the linebacker, or I guess the offensive lineman, would be back in coverage, as Van Ness is going to be brought down and tracked down by both Wiley and Okonkwo. Bad mistake by me. Just read it all wrong. Didn't really think, like I mentioned, the defensive lineman would drop out into coverage. Something that their scheme does well. And had Preston Smith one-on-one against, what's his face? Had Preston Smith one-on-one against Devontae Adams. 2nd and 3 now. We're going to look to make something happen here. I'll user Joseph Klein in this situation where it might be an outside run. Instead, Rashawn Montag into the backfield. This one might go underneath. This one, crack him. Good job, Levante David, getting to that the catch point there and breaking up that catch. Hold them to only 3 points here, in which I think Anders, right? That's his name, Anders Carlson. I act like I'm not a fan of this team. Last week, Jalen Reynolds, 35 rushes, 237 yards, and 3 touchdowns. monumental week for him, career day. I don't think we've ever seen anything better than that in one of these series I've done. Kenny Clark's going to be back there, but hey, too slow, buddy. Jalen Reynolds is cracked after a nice juke. He's already been pretty unstoppable today, and sorry I keep messing with my hair, by the way. I'm sure it bothers at least one person watching this. It's just the hair. I have a fan on me, and it keeps like tickling my nose and shit. But Carlos Diaz out with an injury, out walking to the locker room already, and we'll look to make sure that that doesn't seem to be an issue here today. Chigakonkwo hopefully can fill in just fine. Do a good job. We'll go back across our body to Jalen Reynolds. Big playability, and he'll work up the field. Has a nice gain there. Carlos Diaz actually out now with broken ribs, and what a play by freaking Kenny Clark to absolutely lay himself out and get the -2 yard. And Jalen Duncan now headed out of this game, our starting left tackle, but we have Andre Dillard there, who's actually the higher overall. We have nobody. We actually had nobody, and we'll have to like launch this one deep or something. Can we get Chigakonkwo, who does come down with it? It is 4th and 1. Now I don't know how wise a run would be here, but I do like the screen look. The screen is not there. That's DPI, but they're not going to call that, and Madden would never let that happen. We tried. Torn labrum for Jalen Duncan. 2 major injuries here. Broken ribs and a torn labrum early in this one. Not what you like to see for the team at all. And like I mentioned, Joseph Klein coming in and starting for the injured Aziz, or not injured, just Aziz Al-Shaair, who hasn't done a great job this year. Plus, the athletic upside of Jalen Petrie is just much more greater than anything that anything else we can get. I think Big Bobby Tonyan and Christian Fulton's down now too. What's happening? We're dropping like flies out here. I was gonna say, I think that's Big Bobby Tonyan back in Green Bay. Something I would not be against in real life. Luke Musgrave just looks way too inexperienced, and nope, I hate this game. I'm not going to overreact here. I'm not going to explode in rage or anger. If that happens 3 more times, then maybe. Torn labrum. Okay. Jesus Christ. 1st and 10. We'll bring the blitz. We have guys in the backfield doing a good job. 2nd and 10 now. See what they tend to do. It's going to be Rashawn Montag's sack. He's been so good in his rookie year, in my opinion. Better than I thought he'd ever be. The 8th overall pick on accident. If you guys didn't see the offseason episode, that was a wild sequence we had in that draft. I accidentally simulated our pick. We got Rashawn Montag, which was great. And we'll try to wrap up behind the line. I think that's Dontavian Wicks. And that is a good stop from Elijah Molden, filling in for Christian Fulton. So far today, Jalen Reynolds, 9 rushes, 50 yards, 5.5 per carry. And he's doing this a lot against Kenny Clark here, who has been annoying, to say the least. They're telling me that he's returning. I get it. Can Kenny Clark make a play here? We're going to try to bounce this one outside. We do a great job. Traylon Burks did a great job of blocking and keeping the outside available for Jalen Reynolds. He gets a big gain. We'll start this one up here. We'll try to split the linebackers. That one inaccurate and headed straight for Preston Smith, who fortunately for us missed the ball and wasn't really paying attention, which is exactly what we needed for that one not to get picked off. And that one was just an inaccurate throw, which can get awfully sketchy, and we just hit the wrong hole. But it doesn't matter. Jalen Reynolds will fight forward for some yards. 3rd and 9. We're going to go for Chigakonkwo, who has it up the middle. Just a quick, nice throw in rhythm there. If we can't get Jalen Reynolds in the running game, we're going to try to get him quick in the passing game. It's the only way that we can find him effective with Kenny Clark on the interior. That's going to stop everything. We've done a good job scheming up here today against the good players from the Packers. Clyde Claxton misses a very bad throw from Will Levis that could have led to something good. On the right track, I think that was the right read on that play. And Kenny Clark is at him lined up all the way to the left. Bad read by them, or bad mistake, as Reynolds will be good for the 1st down. That one started off kind of rough. We finally made our way past that 1st down, luckily for us. And we'll try to convert and put on a little extra to that. I'm really fine running at Rashawn Gary. And who is that? Lucas Van Ness coming across, making a great play in TFL. We'll go play action, rolling towards the sideline. Chigakonkwo, stay in bounds, dip. I mean, like, come on. And we'll see the coverage on this play. If it's bad enough, which it isn't, and KJ Hamler, just another bad throw. That's like no sugarcoating it. It's just a terrible, atrocious throw. All we've seen today, or all we've seen all year long from our quarterbacks. This is very hard to see the kicking marker here. Don't know why I looked left there. This one is going to be up and good, though. Will be tie game at 3. Packers have some time on the clock to try to go down and score, but our defense has done good today. And one thing to also remember, they received the second half kick. 1st and 10 now. We'll try to get out and get him. Him being Aaron Jones, but Joseph Klein does a great job. Once again, I'll mention it. Starting today for Azeez Al-Shaair. We're trying to see his big playability, what he's capable of in the short game and just all around. As they might try something here. It's going to be a sack. Is that Elijah Molden? Maybe on a nickel blitz. Great job getting to him. Our defense putting on a clinic here today. I'd let them have something a little bit further underneath. I can't let them get to this throw right here. It's going to be another sack for Sean Montag. Man, Jordan Love looks miserable in that pocket. And we'll go play action. Just saw Kenny Clark in a bad spot. Can we get this one in rhythm? Throw picked off. It's just a bad shot there, I guess. Bad freaking throw, like what we've seen all game long here today. It's just a bad throw. This one out to Aaron Jones, who gets up the sideline in quite the hurry there. He was zooming. 2nd and 7 now. We'll make sure nothing really underneath goes, I mean over top goes, but underneath is wide open for Aaron Jones. Jordan Love learning his lesson, getting the ball out a little bit quicker. But good for us. We still know when the runs are, and we did a good job disrupting that last play. We'll get into some cover 3 here. And honestly, I just want to make sure that we can let little passes underneath kind of, not like that, but like kind of go. Like, I'm fine letting, you know, stuff at the line of scrimmage or 2 yards ahead go, and then we track up and make a tackle. But if we are constantly giving up 8-yard plays, we are not winning this game. Jalen Petrie is such a mismatch as a linebacker. Wow. Levante David takes Aaron Jones' head off. I was going to say, Petrie is such a disadvantage, or such an advantage as a linebacker because of his speed and his ball skills and in coverage, everything like that. As a safety, we'll try to make sure not to return this one. Let it bounce into the back of the end zone. It just makes him super versatile and very nice to have him in the linebacking crew. Minute 49 left to go. I am aware there is no time left on the clock here. There is no 2-minute warning left to stop us. Halftime is going to come up here soon, and we'll roll out, and that one's for Traylon Burks, but it's nowhere close. And we'll look to get this ball out pretty quick here. This was thrown right at the safety, intercepted. We're bringing Malik Willis in next half. This one might even be a pick 6, or no, but it'll put him in great field position. It was thrown right at the safety. Oh man, that's piss poor. Can't be doing that. 1st and 10. Not going to let anything go underneath. And it's going to be Jonathan Allen and Jeffrey Simmons combining for the sack there through the interior. And we've sacked them 5 times today. 2nd and 18. They might look for something a little closer to the underneath area. Under pressure, Jordan Love has to get this ball out. And Jordan Love panicking maybe a little bit. Rashawn Montag trying to get to him. Pressures the quarterback into a throwaway, and they might just settle for 3 here. Wow, our defense has been sensational today, and our offense has been non-existent. We brought in Will Levis today because we liked what we saw in the second half of last week. It is the different story here today. Malik Willis is just the better guy. This one almost picked off, if not picked off. What is happening right now? It's going to piss me off. There's just a lot more there with Malik Willis under center. And this one, if we can get out of bounds, is that considered out of bounds? It is. Oh my God. We are just on the struggle bus right now in terms of offense. We just aren't getting the ball down the field. Chikakonkwo down the field. Obviously gets a nice pass or a catch and run right there. 1st and 10. Might want to look at the tight end again, who had a step. We'll be working both the seams, and we do have Chikakonkwo drops it. Greatly thrown ball there from Malik Willis. Okonkwo just cannot seem to come down with that one. We'll try to just find someone here. Try to make Jalen Reynolds get that yardage. He's going to push forward. Can't get there. 4th and 1. We'll be more than happy to tie this one up. But we are going to have struggles kicking this one. Why in the world? Tell me why I would go for... Okay, because it's a 53-yarder, and we've seen Addison miss from even closer than that. Where does Kenny Clark line up? Right in the middle of us. This is awful. But we're still going to snap the ball. We're still going to wait. We're still going to go for Chikakonkwo. Inaccurate pass. You will never, ever convert on 4th down against the CPU in Madden. against your, if you have the perfect play dialed up, it doesn't matter. You're not converting. These quarterbacks is what really drawn us back this year. Somehow still have 7 wins on the year. We imagine what we could have done with a good quarterback this year. We could have been pretty good if you ask me. So most likely be like the last play of the first half here. Oh my God. Jonathan Allen and Jeffrey Simmons are shoulder to shoulder chasing guys down the field. It's got to be one of the scariest sights, especially if they're on your blind side. We'll see what they want to cook up here on this play. It's just Big Bobby Tanya out, and it'll be a 9-yard gain. 4 seconds left in this half. We'll see what they elect to do. They're going to try. Anders Carlson and his kick power, I believe, kicker out of Auburn. I definitely could be wrong here, and I feel wrong. This one just missed. Definitely had the power to get there. Just missed. All right, this one, just a quick RPO. Watson trying to beat our secondary. Definitely wins off the line with his amazing speed. Elkton Jenkins is down. A lot's going right for us right now. In terms of defense, we have injured their good players. Well, actually, that's the first one. And we have stopped the run today, and that is one of their better players, is Aaron Jones, who will get out into space. Just over pursued there with Levante David. Good for me, though. We have a good enough team that they don't even let him get more than 2 yards. And this one is also a run. Jalen Petrie coming back. Jonathan Allen, once again, no more than 2 yards. We're going to try to play underneath here, try to get into the face of Jaden Reed, who just beats me down the seam. Very close. If that was Joseph Klein, he might make that interception there. And if we had Lurker and actually could use superstar abilities on this team, I don't know why we can't. It's either a massive bug that pisses me off more than anything, or I'm doing something wrong in the coaching tree, or I have X factors turned on. Obviously, we're seeing some on offense right now with Bakhtiari and Aaron Jones, but I don't know. I haven't figured it out on the defensive side of, or on the offensive side of things. Just there's literally on both sides of things. Okay, in general, my team doesn't get superstar abilities. I can't talk. Sometimes it's hard to talk when you're like focused on the game or whatever. This one coming back underneath. This one a wide open Jaden Reed. Oh my God. 1st and goal. They are going to pass it, and we should have a man on him. We should, right? Obviously, there should be someone over him. Didn't happen there. Once again, just can't run the football against Kenny Clark in these sort of situations. So we'll go underneath instead. Look for guys to make quick catches, make big plays out of something, or I guess out of nothing, right? They have a 2-yard reception, and we're going to try to get them out. And Jalen Reynolds out in space, trying to juke out Jair Alexander. Can't do that. Gets us up to 3rd and 1, though. And we might just go for Reynolds here, knowing that they went straight for us. We'll just go for Reynolds again. Great catch in traffic. Oh my God. Jalen Reynolds is what makes him so good. He's so useful on every level. That's his 7th catch of the game. Going to him quite often just because of Kenny Clark and what he has, aka inside stuff, so he can do dumb stuff like that every play. And it's not even fair because they don't even let me use it. We're going to try to get this one out to Jalen Reynolds. Wow, Quay Walker is fast. 3rd and 4. Watch out Kenny Clark as he might try to make a play here. Reynolds off to the races. Breakaway speed, 16 rushes, 101 yards. I told you he might have something to say about that offensive rookie of the year. He's in contention with only maybe 2 quarterbacks, but he is by far better numbers, in my opinion, than both those quarterbacks. So we'll see what we can cook up here down the seam. Chigakonkwo, drop again. He has the speed that Carlos Diaz doesn't, and Carlos Diaz has the hands that Chigakonkwo doesn't. We'll try to get this one up to KJ Hamler and put him in a position to run after the catch there. Malik Willis is showing the command of this offense here, something we did not see from Will Levis at all. Will Levis was obviously not having the greatest of days here. And Jalen Reynolds going to try to work up the middle of the field. What is leverage in that situation there? That just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all to me. But instead, we'll try to, okay. Yep, that looks about right for Madden. Try to roll out here. Malik Willis. And what the I was going to dive into the end zone, but instead he throws it out of the back of the end zone. I want to try the tush push here. I wish that was in the game, but it's not, unfortunately. We'll roll out and go for someone in the back of the end zone. Hamler dropped it. We got to hurry up here. We have 3 seconds to snap this ball. If there was any urgency at all, that'd be great. Reynolds out in space, shifting up. Oh my God. barely gets into the end zone. Oh my lord. Jalen Reynolds gets into the end zone, works his magic, and Malik Willis, don't count him out on that play there. That was really good play from Jalen Reynolds, as we'll try to compensate a little bit here for the wind. I expect this one to go straight down the uprights, though. This one straight through the middle, 10-13. Kept ourselves in this game despite all the Will Levis mistakes and turnovers. See what we can rebound with on defense. Last drive, Jordan Love came out, went 4-4 for 71 yards, something we cannot let happen again. We've got to try to capitalize on these over the field, like they're going down the field. They aren't just striking underneath and running after the catch. They are working distant down the field like that, and they'll have another catch like that. We'll try them in man here. No promises here, and no Igbenogany. Can't capitalize on a curl route, which is unfortunate. And you know, if we saw Christian Fulton in the game, we might be making plays left and right, but really shows the impact of having two good corners, if you will. And we'll try to get out and wrap up Watson there. That's what I don't mind them doing. 2nd and 9 will be pleasured with the oh my god, the assignment to track down Aaron Jones with Joseph Klein, but that doesn't matter now because they are just slinging it down the field, and they have constant open receivers that just, I mean, they just get open every single play, and it's very annoying to try to guard that when we don't know what they're doing right and wrong. They are just getting open, and underneath, Aaron Jones going to get picked up and pushed forward by DJ Wanham. We're bringing pressure here. I don't know how this will work out, but it's going to be Jalen Petrie, who's the free rusher, and DJ Wanham also creating pressure. Maybe that's what we have to do. We'll bring the pressure again. This one in the end zone. Kevin Byard sits still like a statue, would you? Thanks, man. And McCreary, you've been so good all season long, and to suck now, what the hell are you doing? Pressure not really getting there, but I mean, look at Kevin Byard staring down the quarterback's eyes, so you should know where he's going. He's going towards this side. He has his arm in motion right here. This is when you should start floating towards the middle, and you know what? You can have it. Anders Carlson kick is up and good, but Kevin Byard, what a dumbass. Today, 17 rushes, 106 yards, and don't even talk about how he's doing through the air. I think he has like 10 catches, right? Something along those lines, man. He has had a busy day, like, to say the least. A busy day. Hasn't really been all on show here, as, I mean, that mechanic has to be fixed at some point, right? We'll have a run. I didn't even think about Kenny Clark on this play, which seems to work out. There's 6 yards. 3rd and 1. We'll audible to a run because it's away from Kenny Clark, and I'm more than comfortable making that sort of play, as Reynolds is good for another few yards. 19 rushes, 120. Wait, did I say 19 yards? 19 rushes, 120 yards. End of the 3rd quarter. Man, we are feeling it right now, though. Wow, what a play by whoever the hell shot up the middle of that line. Takeaways, season ranking, they are 27th in the league. Obviously not a whole lot for them. And then Will Levis came in and started, and that's where their numbers will get boosted. And we're not seeing a whole lot of Kenny Clark, which makes me really excited because we can just run and drill the ball up the middle of the field. Jalen Reynolds only good for a few. Big play potential there, just messed up. I don't know what we're going to do here. We don't have a whole lot of options, to be honest. We're just have to try to draw the defense over to the other side and then go to Mr. Reliable, Jalen Reynolds, 1st down. I mean, he's got to have all of the Malik Willis catches today, right? Every ball that Malik Willis is throwing, it feels like it's going straight to Jalen Reynolds off the line. We'll roll out here with Malik Willis. Can't get anything. Kenny Clark coming in and capitalizing on what we've been struggling with here. And we're going to... no. Oh, my God. Jair over... pursues the ball. Josh Wiley then catches it on the run. Perfectly thrown ball by Malik Willis. Thought it was a pick for sure. Just kind of a last instinct. Kind of saw a little bit of separation from Wiley. Then he stopped running. Made it very scary. It looked like Jair had that one in the bag. And then just high enough throw from Malik Willis. And then the no-look catch, obviously, with Josh Wiley. Gets into the end zone. Gets them to start celebrating. Oh my lord. This one, just an underneath throw and miss, actually. I shouldn't say miss. That was more of a drop, but we're going to try to capitalize on that mistake. Try to get over to where Aaron Jones wants to get out of the backfield, and he's done a very bad job here today. 11 rushes, 5 yards. Not the ideal stat line for the... I don't know if he was an all-pro running back at some point, but the Pro Bowl running back, the very good running back, Aaron Jones. This one out into a screen pass, and this one will be stopped. A quick 3 and out, and we'll see what this return can really get brought to. Not a whole lot. Quay Walker playing special teams feels a little overpowered. And now we'll have to go play action. We were in a run initially, but all things considered, you know, obviously there is a Kenny Clark on the defensive line, so we can't run the football. It's so stupid. One player has an ability and it seems to just take over your game plan. Yeah, that's Clyde Claxton right there. That's what he does well. Catches the ball in traffic, but couldn't do a whole lot after that one. Didn't create a whole lot of separation. Isaiah McDuffie, I believe, comes down with that tackle. He'll be on a similar route here where he's going to try to create separation. But I saw where those linebackers were blitzing from. We'll go straight to our running back, kind of our outlet in that situation. And he's good for his, you know, 90th catch at this point. 11 catches, 56 yards is insane. Yosh Nijman coming in to play tight end for us is hilarious. As much as I want to go for him on that play, we can't really. And Hamler, not there. I mean, beat Douglas, and the ball just wasn't there. We'll go with our favorite play. Try to get this one out. That's DPI, just blatantly. I don't know if that has something to do with it being behind the line or anything, but that's just not legal. That it's holding. That's, I don't know. That's everything against the book there. That just doesn't really make sense to me as a enforceable like call. This one, Jalen Reynolds stumbles over the guy. Oh my God, if Jalen Reynolds was actually to convert that one, you know how insane that would be. There is no Kenny Clark on the field. We'll take advantage of that ASAP. Jalen Reynolds up the middle. Oh my God, this guy, he's been the most clutch player today. And when I say most clutch player, I mean in all of the NFL. I don't think we've ever seen better. Reynolds out to the outside, trying to beat this team. Can't beat Darnell Savage, but still another massive gain. Jalen Reynolds is so good. 1st and 10, play action. And we'll go for this one. Oh, wow. That one could have been easily intercepted there from Eric Stokes. Had that one been accurate, it could have been a very good play for Clyde Claxton. But unfortunately, not everything works out. Jalen Reynolds is actually tired here. It's funny, when we give him 18 carries back to back to back, he doesn't get tired. But when he's receiving the ball and being, you know, insanely amazing, that's when he starts to get tired. I find that kind of ironic / funny. Don't know why I said that in like an analytic voice there. We'll see what Chikakonkwo can do. Kind of my target on this play. Never mind. Can we get that one out to Jalen Reynolds? That bumps into the own butt. The own ass of Nicholas Petit-Frere, I believe. This is going to be close because of the very invisible or invisible kicking line. But this one is good. 20-20, tied game. Saw a close one last episode. You're seeing another one here. Aaron Jones, how the hell are you in the zone? That's just not right. Nor is that like, that just doesn't make sense to me. He's done nothing today to earn it or to get into that zone. And they will actually catch that one through traffic. 2nd and 4 now. Try to make sure nothing big happens here. Shaq Griffin. This one overthrown anyways, but Shaq Griffin, good coverage, I guess. And we'll have to actually try this one here. Beat off the line, dropped. Oh my God, thank the Lords. We were going to try to bring pressure on that play. And then Romeo Dobbs just can't catch that, reel it in, or whatever you want to say. It was a good throw, in my opinion. We'll see this punt today. 160 yards on the ground, 48 through the air. That's a total for over 200 scrimmage yards from Jalen Reynolds. He's been sensational today, and just sensational ever since he got onto the team. We'll go Chikakonkwo underneath, let him run after the catch, maybe truck through a dude or two. Does a good job. This one goes to Jalen Reynolds, who will bounce it up the middle. 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6. We'll look to buy time here and just go for Reynolds, who outruns to the outside and has that 1st down. He has literally been the best player I've ever had on a team. This one almost intercepted there from Isaiah McDuffie. Oh my God. Flipping the play just to make sure Kenny Clark is pretty uninvolved, to say the least, and it'll bowl forward. Jalen Reynolds is good for a few yards. Seems pretty obvious that normally we have multiple backs, but instead we're just going for Jalen Reynolds all day today, just because of the simple factor that we're going for Offensive Rookie of the Year and we're feeding him to the bone, but he's earning all these touches anyways. It's not like we're forcing it to him. Every time he touches the ball, he's electricity, and we need that to win, and we need that to improve our record and to just have a good day with him today. And I think that's all we've done, is just put up very good numbers with our sensational rookie running back. We don't have this one in the bag by any means, but it would be nice to just chew out the rest of this clock and then, I don't know, just really start to think about and calculate everything we're doing. We're gonna run right at Kenny Clark here. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. It is. It turns out to be a great idea. Reynolds first down for sure, right? Thank the Lords. 1st and 10. This is where I'd worry about Kenny Clark. Never mind. Reynolds up the middle. Another 5 yards. That was their last time out, and no Kenny Clark on the field. We'll elevate to the second level. 1st down and more. They have to let us score in that sort of situation there, but they didn't. And we'll take the snap here and just start to move forward. We can't. And Jalen Reynolds is actually over 200 yards on the day. I don't know what we're gonna do on this sort of play here. I don't want shoe clock to really take all of its time here, so I'll just wait and we'll kick the field goal and win this football game. That's insane. Never mind. 8 seconds left. We have a Jalen Reynolds. We have Rookie of the Year on the table for him. They're gonna come right after him. We'll call our timeout. Kick the field goal now. Addison Reed's kick is up and good. It only runs off 3 seconds. They'll have 3 seconds, but just was eager to take that timeout. Maybe took it a little earlier than I need to, but we have come out of this, and this is the big factor out of this. We have come out of this one with a 4-game win streak. This season has been atrocious, quarterback-wise. But down the line, we start to get players back from injury. We see what we are capable of now, and we know that we can win games. We go on a 4-game win streak to end the season. To me, that's pretty insane. This one's going to be lobbed up in bounds and contested pretty easily there. And end of the game, end of regulation, 23-20. We win. Player stats, Jordan Love was amazing today, to say the least, but not what I'm worried about. The Titans. Malik Willis finally gets over that 50% completion percentage. You guys have been watching, you know what I mean. 16 of 31, 166, 2 tutties for Malik Willis today. And I think either both of them or just one of them went to this man right here, Jalen Reynolds. 34 carries, 200 yards, almost 6 per carry. We just fed the hell out of him. Even with like Kenny Clark on their defensive line, I mean, I could have given this ball off like 45, maybe 50 times to Jalen Reynolds here today, and he would have withstood it too. Considering he is like a stamina beast. I don't know what his stamina rating is. Also, our leading receiver in terms of reception, Okonkwo, actually had 99 yards. I almost called him Ochonkwo. Josh Wiley, 1 reception, 43 yards. He's been having some big plays recently. Clyde Claxton, we found once underneath. KJ Hamler, 2 catches, 30 yards. No receptions for Traylon Burks here today. Chikazima Okonkwo, 5 for 99. And Jalen Reynolds, 13 catches, 76 yards, and that touchdown. One of them went to Wiley. That's right. That all being said, on the offensive side, defense also shut out today, and it was great. Roger McCreary was all over the place, but 3 TFLs for Rashawn Montag and 2 sacks. He's probably not in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but you never know. 2 TFLs for Jeffrey Simmons, half a sack. 2 for Jonathan Allen, half a sack. 2 for Elijah Molden, and 2 for Levante David. Both of those 2 even have a sack, and then 1 for Willie Gay. No interceptions on the day today for our team. And we'll be moving on. I'm like 90% sure we were not working for a playoff spot, so I'm not too worried about that or getting in. All we did is kind of hurt our draft capital, so that kind of sucks. I'll get his blocking up to a 60. This is Josh Wiley here, the tight end that we had the big touchdown with earlier today. Terrence Robinson, the rookie center, could just really use a little bit more of power in his game, as he is a little bit of that smaller frame too. He might, show up as a big boy at 6'2", 314, but just got a slim build going there, and his pass block power went up significantly. And then we might look to upgrade pass block at some point, but overall, just has been a great rookie year for him. He's had a few mistakes, but any rookie offensive lineman will. And I did trench boost before I hopped into the episode here, and 3 new injuries, and this is awful. A lot of long-term ones. Fulton, torn labrum, Jalen Duncan, that's fine, and then broken ribs for Carlos Diaz. Kind of sucks. Didn't plan on trading anybody here, and if I did, it was Harold Landry, and he should be healed by the times that we can get into trading and stuff like that. So that all being said, I'll go through trench boost. Coach, another huge day on the ground for the unit up front. Starting to feel like this offensive line can overpower any defensive line at any point of the day, any day, and that is right. We have rushed for so much all season long, including Jalen Reynolds' massive outing, putting him... He'll probably be 3rd or 4th in the league in rushing in just his rookie year, and he missed like a 4-game stretch, which is absurd. But like I said, I don't think that we are in the playoffs, and if we are, then it's a pleasant surprise to me. We are not, but we do finish still bottom of our division, which is unfortunate. I'm curious if the Jags made it, because if the Jags made it, they did. Oh my God, they were the 7th seed. So if the Jags lost and the Texans lost and we won, we would have made it to the playoffs, which I was so unaware about. You see our offensive line here has so many upgrades. I'll go through and do all these ones. I'll just update you guys on the important ones, like Terrence Robinson, the guy that we just upgraded, and like I mentioned, just needs to be a better passer, but I'd like to get his power up, and this comes with a chance of a pass block upgrade, which we don't get, but pass block power only goes up, no run block power. Peter Skoronski, who has developed into one of the better linemen on this, I mean, the best lineman on this team pretty easily. He is looking very good. And Nicholas Petit-Frere, who we probably want to replace long-term, just isn't quite the guy that we need for the job here, in my opinion. I don't think that he is that guy. Pass block power and finesse goes up, no pass block, so I don't know what that even just upgraded. Jeremiah McIntyre, the backup right tackle, is up to a 71 overall in just his rookie year. His run pass block finesse could go up, but other than that, looks very solid. And there was a reason Jalen Duncan was starting for us in this last game here. I wanted to see what he's capable of, because look at the numbers. I mean, they aren't even bad, and he's a very good athlete. So, I don't know. I just liked him coming in. I'll do the rest by myself, though. So, yeah, next episode, you guys will see the whole offseason. That'll be super fun. Good old Pooh Bear, which is the head coach that I made here. Good old Pooh Bear. And Jalen Reynolds, he finished 2nd in the league in rushing. So obviously Malik Willis didn't have the biggest numbers here, and Will Levis had a horrible showing when he was in. Just not great numbers for him. But Malik Willis, when he was in, was meh/okay, but he was actually great at sometimes. Jalen Reynolds finished the season 293 yards. All right, 293 carries, and then almost 1,600 yards, 5.4 per carry, 11 touchdowns on the season, 3 fumbles. He didn't show any of late, and then he actually only played 14 games, which is insane, considering, you know, he just missed a few games. Imagine what his numbers could have been had he been this good all season long. KJ Hamler was our leading receiver pretty easily. 200 plus yards over the next best guy, which was Treylon Burks. Jalen Reynolds was also at 500 yards, so that puts him over 2,000 scrimmage yards in just his first season. Carlos Diaz, who we should probably be scheming up in a lot more familiar formations and stuff like that for him next season, should be super fun. Chigakonkwo, highly replaceable at this point, in my opinion. I'm sorry, but to the truth. Levante David, 137 tackles, 119 for Kevin Byard, 113 for Amani Hooker, 104 for Roger McCreary, and then a big drop-off. TFLs, Levante David probably leads the league with 28. Jonathan Allen next with 23. Rashawn Montag with 16, 7.5 sacks. He might actually have a chance at that Defensive Player of the Year award, which is actually crazy considering he didn't even start like the first 5 games or 6 games of the season. Finally got elevated to the starting role when he had a couple of good games back to back and kind of strung along good pass rush after good pass rush. Joseph Klein as a rookie was really good in his limited play time as well. Willie Gay missed some time. Azeez Al-Shaair, when he was out there, he was fine. Jeffrey Simmons, big step down from what he did last year. And then Harold Landry, 10 TFLs, only 6 sacks on the season. And that is good enough for 3rd on the team behind Rashawn Montag, and Levante David actually led the team. Interceptions, 6 for Shaq Griffin, 4 for McCreary, 3 for Levante David, 2 for Willie Gay, 2 for Joseph Klein, 2 for Fulton, 2 for Byard, 1 for Azeez Al-Shaair, and 1 for Isaiah Buggs, Monty Hooker, Jalen Petrie. And then we can go and looking at kicking here, Addison Reed, 20 of 22, 90%. Wasn't his best, but his longest field goal was good for 55, which was amazing. Punting, Stonehouse was pretty good. I don't really look into punter stats too often, so I don't know what all is and how good it is. So excuse my my knowledge list about punters. I don't know. That'll be all for me. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, get super hyped for next episode. It'll be the off season. It'll be super fun. And that'll be all. See you guys. Deuces.